Man, what's good with everybody? It's your boy Dope Boy Tony, and we back with another episode of What's the Word on the realest motherfucking platform on YouTube, American Cholo. Man, it's good to be back up in here, man. It's been a long time since I've been up here. It was before the holidays even, so to all the viewers out there that have been tapped into the episodes on Wednesday, I hope everybody had a good, safe and happy holidays with their whole family. Hope everybody had a good Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that, and especially a good Happy New Year, a safe one. And shit, cheers to another new year, 2024. We about to get it cracking on American Cholo. You already know what it is. Today I got two dope guests by my side, man. They're good friends of mine. They've been good friends of mine for a very long time. It's only right to bring them up to the platform. They both got a lot to speak about. They both do a lot of special things in the areas that they work in. So it's going to be dope for y'all to hear their stories. But before we get into that, I'm going to go ahead and just say it's my boy Frankie right here, Frankie Blanco.
What's up, y'all?
And we got my boy Ronnie over there, the blue hat.
What's the deal? What's the deal?
All of a sudden they're shy. They were talking all kind of stuff. All of a sudden they're shy.
But nah, we gonna get it cracking. You guys already know we like to talk about sports on this segment right here. And as y'all can see, I'm still repping the motherfucking Rams. This shit ain't coming off no matter what happens, baby. Unfortunately, you guys know we lost in the playoffs, bro, to the Lions. But it's all good. It wasn't expected for us to even be in the playoffs. So at the end of the day, I'm very proud of this team, bro. We had people like Kyron Williams have a great fucking season. Puka Nacua, a rookie, have an excellent season. Matthew Stafford still stepped up and did his thing. Our defense wasn't the greatest, but, shout out to all of them for doing their thing as well. I'm happy for this team, bro. We're young. We're just getting started, man. I truly think, we're going to be very dominant for the next 2-3 years. And, yeah, I'm excited to see it. But my boy right here by my side.
Hey, dog.
Let them know who your team is.
What
G.
happened,
Man, I don't even want to mention it, bro, but I've been a lifelong Cowboy fan. So, man, I know it hurts to say the least, bro. It's, loyalty. Unfortunately, I got it, so I got to stay loyal to the soil, man. So it hurt to see that happen, that debacle. But, as a Cowboy fan, you're kind of used to it by now, So... I'm just being honest, bro. I'm just being truthful, right?
Yeah.
Dak had an amazing season. He had an MVP caliber season. We had all the tools. CeeDee Lamb was on all cylinders. But yet again, Mike McCarthy, homeboy can't get it done.
Yeah.
And then we just found today that he's staying for another year.
How do you feel about that, bro?
Bro, I wanted Bill Belichick, man.
You want Belichick?
Bro, what the Cowboys need is they need discipline.
I feel that.
They're just out there doing whatever they want to do. They don't really respect McCarthy. So
Yeah.
Bro got out coached again. I'm like, bro, do these fools have all your plays? Because you're running the same plays you ran in 2010 with Aaron Rodgers, bro. So
Yeah.
they obviously know what you're doing. So you haven't changed anything up, man. You're still running the same plays. Come on, G.
No doubt. And it's crazy that you say that because I was just having that argument with an uncle of mine who was just like, look, me personally, I'm not a fan of Dak, but my uncle was just super set on Prescott's so ass. He's shit. He lost that game. I was like, bro, a week prior to that game, I texted them in the chat and I was like, Mike McCarthy's going to get out coached, bro. Just simple as that. Matt LaFleur is a really good coach, on the Packers. And that's exactly what happened. You can't blame Prescott for the 48 points scored on y'all, bro.
Oh,
man. You get me? The defense just didn't show up, bro. They were lost. Fools were open on 20, 30 plus yard routes. It was embarrassing to say the least. Me personally watching it, I was shocked. I was like, no fucking way. A lot of people had y'all as winning the Super Bowl this season, and I thought if any team was gonna do it from the previous 5 years for the Cowboys, it was gonna be this team, But again, like you said, Mike McCarthy just ain't it, bro.
I saw it when we played. I know those are the hated rivals, but when we played Frisco, and we got ran over. And I'm like, man, that doesn't happen to a Super Bowl caliber team. A Super Bowl caliber team doesn't lose by that much. They don't get ran over like that. And after that, we kind of righted the ship and everybody started playing well and everybody was on Dak and, Dak balled out. But to your point, man, it just happens. It doesn't matter what you do in the regular season unless you win the chip.
Yeah.
It's a failure of a season if you don't win.
Yeah, no doubt.
We play sports to win, so.
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously not the Cowboys.
They play to win the regular season, G.
Hopefully not the Niners either, though.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck the Niners. I hope that they don't go nowhere. But we're gonna get into that. I mean, now, okay, so the Packers eliminate the Cowboys. You know, me personally, the wild card was crazy, bro. Like I thought it was insane. Like I didn't expect any of it. I think the only team that won that was predicted and favored to win was the Lions. You know, they were favored to beat us, and sure enough, they did that. But the Browns lost to the Texans. The fucking Cowboys lost to the Packers. Who else got up? The upset? The Buccaneers beat the fucking Eagles, bro. Like, I mean, the Eagles were not playing good till the end of the season, but you know, towards the end of the season, the Eagles were trash. But I mean, come on, you expect, you know, they got a solid team. You kind of expect the Nick Saban to, you know, give them that push and give them that win. But no, the Dolphins got eliminated. But that game could have gone either way. You know, Dolphins, Chiefs, those are two very, very good competitive teams. The Bills got away with the win against the Steelers, and I don't even realize who I'm missing. I think that's everybody though.
I think so. I think everybody else had a bye.
That's everybody. Yeah. So now the Packers are playing the Niners, bro. Which fuck, I'm gonna be a cheesehead this weekend. I'm a cheesehead this weekend. Fuck, man. I really don't want to see that team succeed. So all the Niner fans in the comments, I'm sorry, man, but I can't. And then we got, you know, the Ravens playing the Texans, which is gonna be a dope match to see, dog. The, you know, potential rookie of the year, bro. You know, fucking, he's been balling out. CJ Young against fucking the MVP. Jackson. You know, Lamar Jackson. That's gonna be, I mean, CJ Stroud. I said CJ Young. Against Lamar Jackson, the MVP. That's gonna be dope to watch, bro. Because what if the Texans pull off another upset? You know. But I don't see it happening. I got Lamar winning that one. And we got Bills Chiefs, bro. Another fucking rematch that we've had like the past 3 seasons. The only difference this time is the Bills are at home.
Bills are at home.
The Bills are at home. So we'll see how the Chiefs and Mahomes, how they can work with that.
I don't know. I got the Bills in that one, man.
Yeah, I think I got the Bills too. Solely, I mean, Josh Allen is a turnover machine, bro. But at the end of the day, like squad to squad, bro, the Bills just have a way better fucking team. Mahomes is Mahomes, and he's gonna do what he's got to do. But his receivers have had butterfingers all fucking season. They can't catch a ball, so we'll see how that plays out. I don't think it's gonna look too hot for them.
Nah, I don't see them getting over that hump at all.
But yeah, we'll see what's up with that. This it's not even wild card anymore. Divisional round weekend. Playoff football, baby. Everybody get your beers ready. You know it's going to be cracking and shit. We about to have a good time with this NFL football. I know I am. But yeah, man, let's get into some more topics, bro. I saw something on the internet today that tripped me out. I want to get your guys' opinion on this. So apparently there was a female who went on 6 dates in a week so that she wouldn't have to pay for a meal.
She was hungry, fool.
She was very hungry.
Yeah.
She was very hungry. So how do y'all feel about that, bro? What do you guys think? What do you think is her reasoning behind that? Like, I mean, obviously she said she didn't want to pay for a meal, so she went on 6 dates. I think it was 6 different people, I'm assuming.
You hope so, because there's a lot of simps out there. If she went on 6 different dates, like 365, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, you're not gonna catch on. Like, she's just over here milking y'all for free food. You know, like hopefully. Yeah. But you know, on the other side, like, you hope there were like new people, right? Because if you're the same dude and you're getting gamed up on some free food and she keeps doing it to you, I'm like, first of all, you deserve it, right? If it's like more than once. Second of all, like, it's just, I feel really bad for you, right? Like,
yeah,
it had to be brand new folks, but like, that's a lot of hard work and dedication to find 365 or 360 some odd fools that you can ask on a date, or they're going to ask you on a date and take them out.
You said 6?
6, yeah. You're good with the maths?
Nah, bro. I was like, what? Hey, man, the game has changed, bro. I feel like for our generation, at least, and those younger, or in the immediate peer group, that's kind of been like the constant MO now. The rhetoric has changed, right? The game is not like it used to be. And to that end, yeah, women feel a little more empowered to be able to doing those things. But, I mean, it just kind of shows where her value's at, right? She values a free meal over herself in that sense.
Yeah, no doubt. You think there was, like, some other shit behind it? Like, you think fools were, you know, trying to get at that? Or you think fools were just out here paying for the meal and
Nah,
shit? Just
Oh no, she gotta be bad, bro. She gotta be bad. Like, ain't nobody taking no ugly girl out like 6 days a week. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's maybe on a Wednesday, but like in the middle of the week. But like, you talking about 6 days a week, like that's Friday, Saturday. So if you're Friday, Saturday material, like you definitely not ugly.
That's facts. Gotta have a BBL or something. Or you gotta have something going on for you. And I feel like it is it's kind of implied, right? The transaction of it, right? You take a girl out to eat and you're trying to slide, right? It's not just take you out to eat and we kiss you on the cheek and we gonna part ways type shit. You feel me? Especially if we're having drinks.
Yeah, no, I feel that. That to me, yeah. When I saw that, I was just like, damn, it's kind of sad, But shit, she's getting it how she gets it, and motherfuckers are still out here, playing into it.
Yeah.
I guess you could say, and whatever, she's getting her hustle on. Fuck it.
Hey, she got no shame in her game, my boy.
No, hell no,
feel me?
not at all, G.
She gonna get it by any means necessary, dog.
Like they say, right? Don't hit the player, hit the game, bro.
True.
Like,
there you go.
Come on now.
There you go. There you go.
Just hit the game. She's just playing it well. She's just playing it better than we are.
Oh, she fucking definitely
Playing
is.
it better than most. That's
She's
for
got
sure.
the cheat codes, homie. She's got the cheat codes. So another post I seen, bro, was they were finally talking about that train from LA to Vegas. I believe by 2028 they're trying to get that done. It's like a bullet train, bro. That's gonna take you from LA to Vegas in like 1 to 2 hours, bro.
Damn.
How do you think that's gonna shake the game up? You think like my question is, you think fools are really gonna be like, damn, like let's get on this train, or you think fools are still gonna, stay with that typical like the road trip, or just catching a flight over there?
Yeah.
You think it's gonna like be packed and used a lot is what I'm saying.
Man, if it actually happens, I think initially it will. I think people just want to be able to be on a train and have it go as fast as it's going to go, right? Everybody wants to get to their destination as fast as possible. So I must imagine it's going to be cheaper than flying. So if you're talking about saving some dollars and getting to Vegas faster than, us driving, then let's run it. Because anybody who's been to Vegas knows that the worst part of going to Vegas is going and coming back.
Facts.
Yeah.
So I think initially it's going to be a lot of people who just want to see it or whatever it may be. But that's like if they can get it done,
Yeah.
But for me, it's going to be weird being in a car that's going to go that fast. Like, that's crazy, bro.
And you're getting fucking faded on there, too. You feel me?
Fool, imagine coming back crudo, dog. Oh. Now, actually, I guess it'll be better than a fucking 4 to 5 hour drive being hungover, right?
Nah, yeah. Fuck the drive, bro. Ever since I caught a flight to Vegas, it's never been the same, bro.
Hey, yo, same here.
You feel me? Fuck that drive, dog.
Nah, I feel that. Like, to me, it's like, fuck. It's cool sometimes, though. Like, depends on who you go with. Like, when we go with my Ninos and shit, there's a big old cooler in the bag full of pistols. So, like, we're all chilling. It's cool. Like, if we want to pull over at whatever the fuck it is, we like to stop fucking sightseeing, eat some food, whatever the fuck it is,
Buy some fireworks, all that shit.
Yeah, you got to come back with some fireworks for sure.
Nah, yeah. I'm thinking, like, fools are going to be moving packs, though, for real. It's going to make it easier, right? You don't got to drive no more. You don't have on the bus no more. You feel me?
Well, we got to see what the security regulations are for that too. I mean, I'm assuming they're gonna be high on the security shit like an airport, because that's
Not no airport.
that's a high. You don't think so?
That's going to be impossible, bro.
Well, I'm not saying like a whole TSA shit. What I'm saying is they're gonna be on it though.
To get on the bus,
dog,
G?
come
We
on.
finna get around it,
Oh,
bro.
it's a train, G.
We gonna get around it.
To get on the train, G?
Bro, the Amtrak, bro. I've been on the Amtrak.
Bro, have you been on the train? You see the type of folk that be on the train, bro? Come on now. They ain't no TSA.
I don't know.
G.
I guess when I think of this shit, bro, I think of like some futuristic bullet train shit. Like it's gotta be like different than just catching the metro.
Like some Blade Runner shit.
Something.
Going
I don't
fucking
know.
250 miles an hour type shit.
Like that's why I figure like there's got to be high security on that shit because the risk might be high for like potential threats or whatever it is, bro. It's gonna be a crowded area,
Facts.
like an airport. There's gonna be a lot of people. A lot of people are gonna travel, so you gotta expect it or be ready for it.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. But honestly, I don't think they get it done. The one thing that we know about the government is that they don't do anything on time. So they've been talking about this for like 20 some odd years, bro. I've been
Facts.
hearing
Yeah.
about a bullet train to Vegas. I'm like, bro.
No, yeah, I've been hearing it for a while too, but I just seen that 2028 is like supposed to be the year where they.
The bullet train, they actually are getting funded by the government. It's going to go to through Bakersfield to like San Jose, bro.
What?
Wait, up the
Oh,
coast.
so that's another
San,
one.
San Fran to LA type.
No,
Bakersfield?
it's going to like San Jose, bro. And that's what people are saying. Well, who the hell takes a bullet train to San Jose?
What the fuck?
It's going somewhere up north, but in the middle of nowhere. So it's
Yeah, because I seen that one about one going up north, and then I seen one about one going to Vegas.
the Vegas one I haven't seen yet. I know they just got funded more money for this one, but everybody says that's a union job, that they're just milking the union, feeding them, and it's going to nowhere. So that's why I say it's a bullet train to nowhere.
Ah, okay.
Damn.
San Jose, what the fuck?
Sanjo. Shout out to San Jose, bro.
Hey, shout out to whatever politician signed off on that deal.
Bro.
'cause-
Oh, yes, sir. So in the building, we got Hadar in the motherfucking building.
Hey.
Anything you need, your extracts, your flour, pre-rolls, anything you need, bro, your goods, go to Hadar. You know, my boy right here, he maybe could tell you a little bit more about the brand and everything they got to offer right here.
Yeah, man, we're definitely a organization and a company, man, that really believes in quality over everything. Being authentic, having high quality. I think, you know, in the industry today, right, like everybody tries to play something they're not. So we just believe in good flour, good extracts, and good people. So that's really what we're pushing over here.
Hell yeah. Again, Hadar. Go get that. It's bomb. Flour puts me on my ass, I'll tell you that much.
It's gonna be the dopest dope you ever smoked.
There you go.
It's true.
Dopest dope you'll ever smoke.
I'm gonna do a review for members only.
There we
There it
go.
is. There it is.
There it is. Tune in for that.
Yeah, Big Gil got a couple gifts, so, you know.
Oh yeah,
definitely he's
I was
gonna let
blessed, homie. Thank you guys.
He's going to let y'all know if it really do smack like that.
Yeah, because over here we don't take no Bammer weed, homeboy.
Shout out to RBL for sure.
Yeah, there you
hell
go.
yeah. All right, so the next thing I seen, which kind of made me real happy, bro, being a soccer fan, they actually are gonna put World Cup games in SoFi. How y'all feel about that? Y'all gonna catch a World Cup game? I feel like that's Mando, right? I mean, it's the
Oh,
World Cup.
Facts.
You gotta catch one.
Oh, yeah. Like, you know, loving sports, bro. Like, I've been to all kinds of different things. Football games, baseball games, hockey games, everything, right? I think there's nothing like a soccer game, especially if you're watching international teams play each other. Like, the type of energy. The first time I ever went to a Mexico game, it changed my life, bro, because the crazy amount of energy that crowd has, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, getting showered in whatever they throw at you, right? Because it's beer and all kind of
Pisto.
all
Cups
ki-
full of PSG.
all kind of nonsense, bro. But I went out there with Pancho Villa's army. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them, right? But Pancho Villa's army is like
Porra or what?
a what's up?
Is that like
porra?
the porra? Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Like
porra,
an
right?
official one?
Yeah, so an official porra. So we went out there and, you know, bought the tickets through them or whatnot, and it was at a not a World Cup, but it was at the Gold Cup, right? And my first experience seeing that, like, international squads, right? And it's so different, bro. Like, the energy, the environment, it was just like a crazy party from like start to finish. So you're partying for like all day.
Yeah.
We were there all day. We
Oh
were
yeah.
faded
fools,
all
you get
day.
there. Yeah, you get there. As soon as you get there, you're drinking. During the game, you're drinking. After the game, you're drinking. So it's just how it is with Raza.
I think it's definitely something that, you know, you should definitely experience, and it's something I'm looking forward to, like taking my pops and going
Yeah,
and watching the
100%.
game.
What about you, Ronnie? You gonna catch a World Cup game, my boy?
I mean, I definitely have to, bro. Growing up playing soccer, man, and, you know, obviously my government name for those who know it, it's just something that's ingrained in me. And I always thought as a kid, like, going to catch a World Cup game, I'd have to go to a different country and just all that shit that goes with it, right? The expenses and everything, right? Especially if you want to take family, make
Yeah.
it be memorable and have that experience. So for it to be right in our backyard, it's a Mando, man. We got to go. Despite
yeah.
however much the tickets are, you know, we're going to have to ask the homies or the scalpers out there to cut us a deal. We're going to get in there for sure, bro.
Nah, most definitely, dog. Yeah, I'm for sure gonna be catching some. I would love to catch one in Mexico as well, in Canada, because, you know, the people that know, it's 3 countries are hosting it. But yeah, let's get into this last topic before we get into what y'all do, man. Aliens, bro. I don't know if you guys seen that shit in Miami.
Nah,
Like,
dog.
I mean, I'm
I'm
saying
What
aliens.
happened in Miami? Like
I'm
Florida,
saying-
of all places.
I'm saying aliens because that's what the people are saying. But I don't know if you guys saw in Miami, there was like some shit that happened at a mall.
What the fuck?
Basically, the whole fucking PD of, like, it looked like the whole county all the policemen in the county were at the mall, bro, like lined up just outside. People were taking video, confused as fuck, like why is there so many cops? So the story was that there was 4 teenagers inside the mall who were fighting each other. I guess is what it's fighting each other and skating, right, or some shit like that. They were fighting each other and they were skating inside the mall. So that was the excuse for all the police to rush over to that mall, bro. I'm talking about. I'll show you the video later. I'm talking about like hundreds of cop cars, bro, just at the mall.
Just kicking it.
Yeah, and so there's a story of a guy who was inside the mall who said he saw, believe an alien portal open or something like that. That he saw an alien portal open up inside the mall, bro. And there are stories reported of people around the mall who their like electricity just went out, like if an EMP just hit the city,
What
like
the fuck?
just randomly went out. There was people later that night who were recording things in the sky that they were seeing flying around and shit. But yeah, I know you heard about it. It's your first time hearing about it, but what's your take on that, Frank?
What the fuck, dog?
Bro, aliens are real, dog. I don't care what nobody says, but aliens are definitely real. Like,
Yeah.
It's been known for a long time, right? And to your point, this is like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Stranger Things, but like it's a real life episode of Stranger Things.
That's what it sounds like, dog.
Because they were saying like that the homie had like an orb, and like he turned
One
this
of the teenagers, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it was
What
like a
the
humanoid. Like this fool was like 10 feet tall or something, right? It was something
Yo.
crazy like that. And like he taps on this orb, and then it opens up this portal that like ends up like opening up like a crazy side to another like galaxy or dimension.
Screen. Are those aliens walking in
There
front
it
of the
is.
Bayside Marketplace
What
in
the
downtown
fuck, dog?
Miami? Online conspiracy theorists are saying that shadowy figure, not far from parked Miami police cars, appears to be an alien.
Honestly, I think it looks pretty real to me. Alien look pretty chill.
The viral
He's
video
invited to
was
the carne
allegedly
asada or
taken
what,
during that massive police presence at Bayside on New Year's Day. Crowds of young people armed with sticks began fighting. Police say juveniles were also
All the
setting off
Edgars so
fireworks
active, my
that
boy.
some believed was gunfire, resulting in
I
chaos.
don't think Miami got it.
There's a
Nah,
big crowd of people
that's a whole
running
debate
out
right
of
there.
Bayside and kind of grouping up outside, and then we hear more.
And aliens in Miami have been among the top 10 searches on Twitter's trending tab. And Google News even has several reports questioning the event. Miami police saying in part, there were no aliens, UFOs, or ETs. No airports were closed. No power outages. The statement ended with a facepalm emoji. Now to read up on the story.
So
What the fuck?
that's a police
What?
statement, bro. Obviously,
police
to me,
statement.
you tell me that's some bullshit, dog.
dog.
You telling me that the report is that there was 4 teenagers fighting in the mall and skating, and all these stores in the mall don't got one camera that's capturing them fighting or skateboarding, so they could
Facts.
just show us and be like, oh yeah, like no, like there's no aliens. Like look at these kids fighting. But at the end of the day, why you need that many cops for 4 teenagers fighting and skateboarding?
Yeah, no, that's fucking insane.
Now we live in an era where everybody, that's the first thing they do, man. Something crazy happens, everybody takes out their phone.
Exactly.
Right? Like
Not
everybody
just
has
that,
their phone.
you're in the mall, dog. The cameras are on.
Yeah, where's
You know what I
everybody
mean?
at? in
The
the mall?
security, all that. What do you think, Ronnie? Is
Fuck,
aliens or
bro.
not?
I mean, shit. For damn sure, there has to be aliens, and I don't trust police, bro. So when they hit me with the statement, I'm gonna always question that shit, dog,
Bro.
and the legitimacy of it. You feel me? I mean, it makes sense. Florida, out of all places, for this shit to happen.
Oh, for sure, bro. Florida's fucking
Hey, but fuck, dog.
crazy with it.
I mean, I just can't wait for some shit to pop off where it's like these fools really present themselves on some like, what's the deal?
I think it's bound to happen anytime soon.
Are they gonna be cool with us though? We gonna smoke weed with them? What you think?
I doubt it.
I
I don't
hope
think
so.
it'll be friendly encounters, personally.
Fuck, dog.
Damn. I hope so. I got some.
I hope so, too,
I got some
shit.
good tree, bro.
You feel
I
me?
got some alien OG right up there.
Hey, there it is. Take a little shroom or something. Drop some.
So
acid.
imagine what they got, G.
My boy.
bro.
Hey,
Human
dog.
OG, there you go. Fool, they be smoking human brains, fool.
Hey,
Big ass
dog.
bowl, pack a bowl of human brain, dog.
I just think Rick and Morty.
Thumbs them
dog.
down way. Human brain thumbs them down.
That's all I
So they
think,
get
bro.
faded.
That's all I think, bro. Rick and Morty, bro. Fucking portals and dimensions, dog. Fuck.
Yeah, for real. All right, but enough with the alien talk, man. Let's get into it with y'all boys. Frankie, why don't you let them know a little bit about what you do, bro? You know, your work, or a little bit about your personal life and all that.
Yeah, no, I'll give you like a high level, right, pitch of like what I do, what I've done. So I'm a branding and marketing professional, been in the music industry and cannabis for over like the last 10 years. Did a lot of work, man. I did a lot of like A&R work. So I did some stuff with my boy Cassius over there at Shady Records. I've been on tour with a couple artists. Obviously we've been really hyper focused and working and building different sounds. So
Yeah.
done, Mexican regional, I've done reggae, I've done hip hop. I've done a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
And then my love and passion, cannabis. I think, I tell people I've been smoking, selling weed since I was 12 years old. But from a industry perspective, man, bro, it's a personal story why I got back into it, right? Like in hip hop, in music, you already know, like you're in the studios and everybody's smoking, everybody's blowing tree, like everybody's smoking. That's just what you do to get into the zone, be creative and all that, right?
100%.
And from there, I really stopped. After music, I had to get a real job. There was a portion of my life where I'm like, all right, like I got to put that away. I got to grow up. I got to get a real job. So like got into finance. I stopped smoking. I drank a lot more because you're taking clients out and doing all that. And then my health, bro, like my health went to shit. Make a long story short, right? Like, thought I had a life-threatening, condition, right? And I developed crazy amounts of anxiety. So I'm living in DC at this time, right? I'm in Virginia, DC area. And the doctor gives me my prognosis and I'm like, bro, like I'm super young. And I couldn't believe it. And I developed like crazy amounts of anxiety. To that day, like I had no idea what anxiety really was. I thought it was something made up. I'm like, bro, like, what you mean you sad, fool? Get out of the house, dog. Like if you don't feel like, what do you mean you have anxiety? What does that even mean, bro?
Yeah.
But when I was contemplating like, my life ending, right? And me having no control over it, bro, like my whole world ended. And I couldn't walk outside my apartment. So for 2 weeks straight, bro, I was locked in my apartment because I couldn't physically walk outside the door. Like my mind wouldn't tell my feet to move, right? Luckily for me, I had enough food and water and all that, right? But eventually what ended up getting me outside was two things. Number one, I got really hungry because I ran out of food, right? And number two, if you've ever smoked or done any edibles or anything, right? Like you get hella hungry. And I had the homies send me a bunch of like Jolly Ranchers or whatnot because like I couldn't sleep. My sleep schedule was all over the place. It was all crazy. And I really needed something to kind of calm me down. The doctor gave me initially an anti-depressant medication. So he put me on Xanax, bro. And Xanax made me suicidal. Xanax made me want to kill myself. And, I was living with my cousin, who's like my brother, who's spec ops in the military. So there was guns all over the house. I had my own piece. I had multiple pieces. And I'm like, bro, this isn't going to end well, man. So I had the homie send me some shit. He sent me he sent me a couple care packages and I would just pop these Jolly Ranchers, bro. And eventually, like, I'm on high as shit. I don't even notice because I'm hungry, bro. There's a Papa John's across the street from where I'm at, dog. So, like, it's like 11 at night, bro, and I'm just faded. And by the time I realize, I'm outside the door, I'm ordering at Papa John's. And then by the time I, realize, I'm like, bro, I'm outside the house. And I'm like, I knew it was definitely all in my mind, right? Yeah. That was the first time I really used cannabis, not just to get lifted and get creative, but I really used it from a holistic standpoint. And then after that, that kind of was it renewed my love and passion for it, right? And then 2016, 2017 came around and my boy Wiz, shout out to my boy Wiz. He was transitioning away from music. He was Nipsey's day-to-day engineer for many years. And he was transitioning from music and he was helping start this vape brand, right? And he's like, hey, fool, I need some marketing help and some branding help. You want to get involved in the industry? And I'm like, you're saying I'm going to get paid to sell weed, bro? And I'm not going to go to jail? Let's run that. Yeah. And we built that company for we helped build that company, that brand for 5 years. And, that took me to where I'm at now. And now I'm working with Haar and we've been rocking for the last, part of the last 8 months.
Hell yeah, bro.
And for me, it was important to in the industry, unfortunately, people that look like you and me aren't top of mind. We don't own too many brands, or we don't own too many retails. We don't own too many of those things, right?
Yeah.
Even though we make 80% of the working population. I've worked on farms. I've worked up north where, all the trimming and all that happens. And the majority of the people working are people that look like us. So I'm in a lot of these buildings. I'm in a lot of these conversations, these corporate meetings, and I'm the only person that looks like me. And I'm like, something's fucked up. Something's wrong here. We're good enough to be on the front lines, to pick your weed, to sell your weed, to be brand ambassadors, to do all that. But we're not good enough to be owners. We're not good enough to own the brands.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's something like that you saw in the cannabis industry. Is probably something you witnessed in the music industry as well, like the same exact issue. I'm
100%.
sure you being Raza or Brown, like maybe didn't allow you to advance in certain ways. Cause I know. I mean, being an artist myself, like I know the industry's tough, bro.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
it's a lot tougher. Sometimes for people who look like you and me. So would that be an accurate take for that?
Oh, absolutely. It definitely is part of entertainment that a lot of people don't know, right?
Yeah.
It's like a crabs in a bucket mentality where you see somebody shining, right? You see somebody from like your community or from somebody that looks like you, and immediately you want to tear them down, right? And there's other groups at play too that are taking care of their own communities, and that's cool. And
Yeah.
as you're supposed to, right? You're supposed to take care of your own and then be able to help everybody else out, right? But that is definitely something that still happens to this very day when it comes to entertainment and music.
Okay.
And it's super prevalent in cannabis.
Yeah.
So that's why I really started and I gravitated towards hate art, right? Because these are other individuals that look like me, that come from the same places I come from, that have the same origin stories, that we gravitate and relate to a lot of the same upbringings, right? So I'm connected to the brand. I'm not just selling weed. Like, this is, for me, this is medicine. This is holistic. This is more than just that, right? It's community, bro.
No doubt.
Because this has put a lot of people that look like us in, behind bars, all kinds of stuff, right? And not to get so political into it, right? But I believe like all the pharmaceuticals and a lot of things that are being pushed, right? Like holistically, like collectively, like our people have had the cure for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, right?
Yeah.
These companies are just convincing us that, the natural remedies that we grew up on, that our grandmas and our tias and our moms and everybody really, proposed when we were sick, right? Like that, though, that's not the cure anymore, right? That you have to take this pill and that pill to cure this and that, right? So the reason why, being able to be here now and being with a team like Hadar is all about being authentic, is being who you say you are. And
I feel that.
And at the end of the day, is if you are who you say you are, then you don't got to be somebody else, man.
1000%. I feel that, man. And
Bars.
we'll definitely get back
Bars.
into talking more about you mentioned Shady Records and maybe more about the cannabis. Just want to let my boy right here also kind of give the audience a little bit of what he does and everything you got going on, man.
Nah, I feel you, bro. Yeah, gracias. Thanks for having me, bro. I appreciate this gesture for real. Yeah, so my name's Ronnie. I'm the executive director of Hoops for Justice, and it's a nonprofit that I started because I myself have been in the system. At 17, I got arrested in Orange County, California, and at 17, I was being tried as an adult, right? So it really changed my life and gave me different perspective on what life is. At 17, I was facing life plus 7, right? I was a direct file, and I didn't understand what was going on, let alone did I understand the repercussions of the situation I was in and just the gravity of it, right? When I got arrested, I'm like, I'm 17, it's going to be cool. I'm going to get out, and I'm going to keep moving, right? It ain't nothing but a chicken wing, right? I'm going to take this out of the chin, and it's going to be something light. But I quickly realized that wasn't the case. And, I did 4.5 years inside, 2.5 in solitary confinement. And that really changed my perspective on how I viewed myself and my place in the world.
Yeah.
And at 17, I was the oldest youngster in my unit, right? And, I looked around myself and I see like 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds all looking at crazy sentences, right? Like it was a normal thing to see someone go to court and come back and be like, I got 75 years to life, right? I got 300 years to life. And these are children, right? These are kids. And I felt like for me, it was just like this responsibility that I had and the sense of duty that I was going to stick up stick up for myself. And in doing so, stick up for all of us collectively, right? I understood that I had to use my voice to advocate for myself. And it started with little things, right? Like getting an education, right? I was like, I want to take college courses, learning how to fucking navigate the bureaucracy of the system and probation, learning how to get what I needed for myself to rehabilitate, right? Because the tools and the resources that I needed weren't readily available and they weren't being given to me, right? So when I realized I can use my voice and that my voice had power in these settings, it changed the whole perspective for me, right? I realized like I got something here and there's something that I can do within this environment that might only affect us now, but can also set precedents for those to come. And for me, that was the ultimate, right? Not only was I getting these little victories for myself, I was changing the culture and the way that services were given to youth. And, fast forward, me getting out 4.5 years later, because of a law that passed here in California, shout out Prop 57, that shit brought me home, gave me a second chance.
That's right, my boy.
You feel me?
Oh yeah.
And yeah, man, I just got involved, right? I met cats like Scott Budnick, right? And he really took me under his wing. I hit the streets running, bro. I knew that I had an experience that was unique and something that could be utilized to speak truth to power, right? Not only to help further the movement and like the juvenile justice efforts happening here in LA County, but more so to the fact to continue to advocate for those I left behind. And in that process, I really found my calling. I found my passion. And I knew that this was going to be something that I was going to do for the rest of my life because to me, this work's not done till we can get kids out of cages, right? If kids are in cages, then there's still work to be done. And, it takes a village. I had an amazing support system, bro, that really poured a lot of love and nurturing and compassion into me, but also held me accountable in the process, right? That's what I really attribute my transformation to, is having these people around me and this village around me that show me that I mattered, right? And that my worth was there, right? I am a worthy person, right? I can be loved. And teaching me that I am not my worst mistakes, right? My worst mistakes do not define me. And that's kind of how Hoops for Justice was born. I'm doing this movement work. I've done policy at the city, county, and state level for juvenile justice, right? I sit on the state advisory board here in the state of California, the Racial and Identity Profiling Advisory Board. I advise the Attorney General and the Governor. I'm the youngest person on this board, bro, and the only formerly incarcerated person to ever sit on this board, right? So
Hell yeah.
to me, it's like I really am about the community. I really am about doing this work, and more importantly, about changing the narrative of what it means to be formerly incarcerated, right? I took my greatest downfall and I turned it into my greatest success, right, through Hoops for Justice.
Yeah.
And now through this nonprofit, I do basketball and have guided conversations with the little homies back inside, right? I'm back in juvenile halls. I was just in the youth prison before it closed. I got an amazing team around me. And, Frank, has been there as well. And, you also play a portion in that story, but that's kind of, what I do and why I do it. And it's personal, you feel me? I'm really about this shit, it's like, it's not on me, but it's in me. And
No,
it's-
100%.
right.
And that's what it is.
And it's dope to see, bro, because I mean, who else better to be in a position like that than somebody who went through it? Because a lot of times I feel like growing up, like we get like talked to by a lot of people who they come from different communities that can't relate,
Yeah.
and they're trying to tell you what to do and how to do it and make it seem easy when it's really not. We gotta go through some much more shit than people would imagine growing up
Yeah.
in the places that we grew up in and seeing the shit that we see. But when it comes from somebody like you, I know that you guys go to the facilities, correct, and you guys are in there with them and you guys have spent time with them. I'm sure it means more to them, bro. Like
Yeah.
they look at you guys and they're like, man, homie was once where I'm at right now.
Facts.
So you're somebody that they can easily look up to and want to work with and be part of. But do you ever feel like it's hard sometimes to get to them, the young? Because I know a lot of times you're a youngster, you're more hard headed, you don't really care. You
Man.
think you just know it all. Like how hard is it working with these people, dog?
Nah, yeah, man. I mean, how were all of us at, when we were teenagers and adolescents? We were all hard-headed. We all thought we were cool. We thought we had all the answers, right? And nobody could tell us anything. And I think for just like the work that I do, it's really about respect, right? Treating them with respect, treating them as human beings that they are. and just building that meaningful relationship with them, right? It takes
Yeah.
consistency, bro. A lot of the youth that I was incarcerated with, and a lot of the youth I work with, they come from broken homes. Mom's not around, dad's not around, mom or dad on drugs, or both, right? Grew up in the foster system, whatever it may be, right? They come from broken homes, right? And why do a lot of us turn to the streets, right? We're looking for love, right? We're looking for acceptance. We're looking for the things that we don't get within our household.
Yeah.
So, when I meet some of the youth that are like the big tough guys and like really gang banging and this and that, those are the guys that I try to pour into the most, because those are the guys that need it the most. And eventually they come around, right? After a few weeks, give it like I give them like 4, maybe 6 weeks, they start to soften up and really open up and start to have the conversations, man. And I'm a credible messenger, right? I just got out. I'm not that much older than they are. And I'm back in there doing the work and being able to relate to them. They can't bullshit me, bro. I can see through it. They can't bullshit me. They can't fake the funk with me. And not only that, it's like I'm not going in there and be like, you got to stop gang banging. Gang banging is bad. We know that, right? Or you got to stop this lifestyle you're living. This lifestyle is bad. It's actually giving them the tools and the resources they need to actually be able to get out of these situations. You feel me? Because that's what it is. You can't. I mean, like Frank always says the cliche, right? You teach a man, you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man to fish, he eats for his entire life, right? And for me with these youth, that's what it's about, man. Being able to give them the tools and the resources they need. Because if you go in there and just you talk the talk and you're not walking the walk, they're gonna see right through you, bro. And some of the smartest, most creative, just like amazing youth that I've met is the dudes that I work with, right? They just never got a chance. They never got support. They never had someone be like, hey, you can do this, right? Like, you're capable of doing these things. And that to me is what it's rooted in. It's just like the love and the community. And that was me, bro. Someone did it for me, so I'm going to do it for somebody else, right?
No doubt.
And I might not reach everybody, but as long as I have these conversations, and even if I only reach a couple, the work is being done. You feel me?
100%. And what was like, so the nonprofit's called Who's for Justice. What was the correlation for you with that? Like naming it that? Like I know basketball hoops, like it's
catchy,
just,
bro.
No, it is.
Who's for Justice?
But
my
like,
boy.
I know you said you set up basketball games and stuff, but like, do you see like, is there anything that kind of ties basketball with these kids together?
Yeah, I mean, there's only 2 sports you can play inside. It's handball and basketball. That's it, bro. That's all you get. So to me, it was a no-brainer. I was like, I'm not about to be having handball tournaments every time I go in there like American Cholo. You feel me? But yeah, basketball it's a team sport. You feel me? You don't even really got to know how to play. We teach you how to play, teach them the fundamentals, and really just to get them out of their cells, get them on the rec yard, get them moving, and shoot the shit. Right on the court, we shoot the shit. There's banter. We start to kind of build that camaraderie on the court. And it makes it easier when we sit down and start to have some of these conversations, right? Because we talk about trauma, adverse childhood experiences, and like masculinity and what it means to be a man, and just all these fucking really sensitive like topics and these subjects that aren't really being talked about in those settings, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of eases the conversations for us, being able to really speak truth to power with the whole, just like it's a plethora of things, man. It's like the history of mass incarceration, what it means to be a brown man in this country, right? What it means to be a black man in this country, racism, systemic racism. We talk about so many things. And to me, that's what it was, right? Knowledge is power to me, right? And I learned these things while I was busted, right? I learned about all these subjects, and I had all these epiphanies. I was like, fuck, this is me, right? As I'm reading these books and devouring all this shit, I started to really understand where I fit in this picture. And once you can really place yourself in the larger picture and know where you're at and be able to know your position in the world and kind of how you can utilize your voice. I feel like that is key to anybody who's looking to reach a transformation or just to self-actualize and find out who they really are.
Yeah. No, and that's dope, bro. And that's super important because, like you could have easily learned all that yourself and gotten yourself out of a sticky situation and been like, oh, fuck it. Like I had the knowledge and I surpassed this and I'm doing a lot better, but like you didn't run with it, now you're giving it back to the community and that's beautiful to see, bro. I really applaud you for that, for real. And Frankie, I know that you do a lot of work with him too, bro. Like, how do you feel when you go back into these facilities, bro? Because I know, you come from the same struggles that these kids come from, bro, the hoods, the communities. Like, what is it like for you when you work with them?
it's like looking in a mirror, bro. Like you see yourself and you see all the homies, your friends, your family members, and the people that are no longer
all your
here.
primos, everybody.
All your primos, everybody who is hard headed, who's no longer here, who just needed better guidance.
Yeah.
Like I always say, like, you know, we were talking about the music industry earlier, right? Like, and I would have said that, like, for me personally, the reason why I didn't stick around in the industry and I had to come back to it was I didn't have good mentors. And Ronnie had mentioned, like, we're always, you know, the reason why we're so attracted to the streets if you're in that situation is because you're looking for something you're not getting at home. And that's guidance.
Yeah.
And that can come, that doesn't have to be your parents. It doesn't have to be your mom, your dad. It could be a big homie. It could be your tío. It could be a big brother. It could be, you know, somebody else that you connect with, a teacher, somebody you work with. And, you know, to y'all, like, you know, that's what we try to practice is, you know, we try to practice brotherhood and camaraderie and really be able to talk about some of these things that I wish at your guys' age, like somebody would have talked to me about and stuff that we have to figure out the hard way. And there's an old adage that says youth is wasted on the young. And that's because by this age, by this time where, you know, we're at, you know, you've gone through so many things that you can't go back and you can't change the past. But you can go out there and you can influence individuals who are in the same situation you are so they don't make the same mistakes that you do. And going back inside and going inside and realizing, like, a lot of these individuals, right, you know, and a lot of us put out this, you know, really tough exterior and knowing that they're the ones that have been through the most. And when you really have these one-on-one conversations, like the ones that, you know, staff is like, oh, you got to worry about him. He's like the highest level here and XYZ and such and so forth. They're the most loyal, down-to-earth, honest individuals. Yeah. Because they are who they are, irregardless of who, you know, who they come in contact with. So I see individuals that are just untapped potential and untapped talent. You know, Nipsey used to say, right, you know, he's a genius, but he's frustrated because he can't prove it.
Yeah.
And in our communities, you have so much talent and you have so many things that these individuals are capable of, but we just don't have those outlets. And that's why you turn to crime, to gangbanging, to all these other things, right? And, you know, when I go in there, it's a mix. I get a mixed bag of emotions because I'm happy that we're able to come and make a difference. But, you know, my heart is heavy because I'm like, I understand all the pain that it took for you to get to this position. And so it's you know, it's bittersweet to say the least.
No, I feel that. And, you know, what are some, like, resources that you guys think would help? Because, I mean, you guys go in there and y'all talk to these fools and you guys help them. But, you know, for the little homies that aren't in there, you know, the ones that are out here, how do you, like, what resources can you use to, like, help them, to prevent them from being in there, being in that situation, from having to go to talk to him in there and instead of just talking to him outside?
Man, I think for me, it's a two-pronged answer. Number one, I think it's important for creators like us and people with platforms to be able to push the proper message, because these kids and these young folk are so influenced by pop culture,
social media and everything they see, right?
Yeah. Bro.
Social media, pop culture, whatever it may be. And if you're feeding this misinformation down their throats, they're going to believe that to be true. And they're going to act upon that as its truth.
Yeah.
And I think, first of all, there's a responsibility with individuals that have these platforms, right, to really tell the truth and push proper information, right? And then you make a decision at that point, right?
Yeah.
And on top of that, right, I think it's normalizing having these conversations and being open. I think the younger generation is a lot more open to having these conversations. Some of us call them sensitive. Some of us call them, right, sad fool hours.
Sad fool hours.
Right? But, like, they're more in tune with their, you know, they've gone through a completely different set of, like, you know, heartaches and trials and tribulations in our generations, right? And previous generations. Every generation keeps changing, right?
Yeah.
So it's making it okay for these individuals to talk to each other. And that's it. It's conversation. It's like open up and talk to each other, bro. Because he 100%. Might have a solution for your problem. He might have a resource to your problem. Like, the homie down the street might know somebody. It's like, bro, if nobody knows, then nobody can do anything. closed mouths don't get fed, my boy.
Yeah, and I think it has a lot to do with like people get embarrassed too.
Yeah.
Like they might be ashamed to ask you for help. Like, hey, homie, I need, you think you can help me out with this? Or simple as, hey, dog, you think you got a job for me? You think you can help me out, look for a job, or is your place hiring? Like a lot of people are ashamed to ask shit like that. So I think you're correct, bro. Like, it's more about just having an open table discussion, bro, or just letting them know that you're available to, be a resource to them, and allow them to use you as a resource as well when it really comes down to it. What about you, Ronnie? How do you feel like, or is it a similar answer?
I
or?
mean, yeah, I think Frank hit it right on the head when it comes to like intervention and prevention work, right?
Yeah.
Having like big homies really speak the truth and kind of really paint like the real picture instead of glorifying the lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because that's just watered down, in my opinion. You feel me? Been there, done that, and that's just for the birds, dog. Nobody wants that shit, dog.
Hell no.
Especially when you're locked down. That shit is boof. That shit's ass, literally.
Hell yeah.
I mean, from my perspective, doing the work in the community, just we need more public dollars, more taxpayer dollars, actually going to youth programs, to youth sports, right? A lot of these like extracurricular activities like art and music and just these self-expressive things that were a fixture in our communities are no longer there, right? All the funding got cut, and there is no outlets for low-income, marginalized communities to be able to do these things, right? More often than not, you have to pay to play, right? To be in sports, to do all these things, right? All these extracurricular activities that, middle class and wealthier people are able to put their children in because they have the means to be able to do it, right? And, if you don't got that, right? If you're growing up in the hood, mom's not at home because she's working all day and you got no one watching you and all you got is a block outside, what are you going to go do? You're going to go outside and you're going to run around the block, right? And you're going to find everything that's out there with it. And that's the thing, right? We don't have these safe havens in the community where kids can just be kids, where kids can go play, where kids can explore, where kids can just have these spaces to either be creative, to express themselves through music, through art, whether it's like tapping in with books and reading literature, or just having people that they can talk to, right? And have conversations about what it is they're going through or what they're feeling or problems that they might have at home, right? We don't have things like that, right? And we do, but we also don't, right? They're not accessible. It's at over capacity. There isn't funding. There isn't dollars, and it just creates that revolving door, right? Where kids fall through the cracks, and we have the system that we have.
Most definitely, man. Yeah, I think you guys both, we're right on point. Obviously, I don't do the same work that you guys do, but like from the outside looking in, is something that like I would assume myself too. Like you guys both were pretty much right on the dot of what I would have thought. But hopefully, man, we got to see less Raza population in these facilities. But speaking of Raza population, they say about what, like 2027, 28, we should be the majority, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no.
In Cali, or is it the
I
U.S.?
think we are
in
already-
Cali, are we already the majority?
Yeah,
we're
in
the
Cali, we're the
majority.
majority.
So in the U.S.,
Dang,
right,
I
in the
mean-
country, we should be
I want to say it's gonna be like 2035 or something.
2035. Okay.
Got about a decade.
How do you guys feel about that, man? Isn't that? I mean, that kind of excites me, dog.
Oh, that's a loaded
Can
question.
I jump into that one real
Yeah,
quick?
for
Yeah,
sure.
hell
Come on.
yeah.
Even though I don't have a camera on me, but it doesn't excite me because look at California. We got 40-something% of the population, probably 50 if you get all the illegals in here and add them to it. But we can't do shit politically. We have no mayors. We have no governor. We have no representations. If California is going to be the same representative of the country is going to be, what we are, unfortunately, we're the big sloppy guy. Bah, bah. We're not. We're supposed to be tough, strong, but the bigger doesn't mean better.
You know what? That is true. Now that I think about it, like in that perspective, because you think like the minute you think power and numbers, you're like, oh man, come on, like who's gonna beat us? But if we can't move collectively,
Facts.
it's not gonna matter. We could be a bunch of us right here marching down the street, but some of these fools start going that way, and these fools are like, oh fuck that, I'm gonna go this way, and we all go different areas. We're gonna run into groups that are bigger and united. And those small groups is like, they can't do nothing in those areas, So you know what? I guess I never really looked at it like that. And, California is a shit show, bro. So
It's definitely it's organization. I think you hit it right on the head. Is having a collective identity. And that's the one thing that we don't have.
Yeah.
Cultural identity.
We don't have a cultural identity. We're not rooted. We're not grounded, right? And what do they say? What's the adage? Que es peor para un mexicano, otro pinche mexicano.
That's facts.
And that is the truth, right? It's the crabs in the bucket mentality that we think like there's not enough money for all of us. I'm like, y'all understand like that the wealth, right, is 99% of the wealth is controlled by a very small fraction of people in the world, right? So we're all scratching for that 1%. So there's a complete other pie that we're not even scratching at, right?
Yeah.
And we're fighting with each other for crumbs when we do have, we have the ability to be able to organize and really be a force, like Gil was saying, right? If we really organize at the local level, state level, everything's going to trickle up, right? And the one thing that we can control, a lot of people think is like, well, I'm not political like y'all. I'm not connected like you. I don't get involved like you. I'm like, there's one thing that we can do collectively that speaks volumes, and that is where we spend our money.
Facts.
Economic power is everything nowadays. And we not only make the majority of individuals here in California, but we Latinos are the biggest consumers of goods and services in comparison to everybody, right?
Yeah.
So we're making other communities and everybody else wealthy and rich, and we're fighting for these crumbs. They say on average that $1 circulates in Latino communities for an average of 10 days. In affluent communities, you're talking about 60 to 90 days.
Damn.
It's because we don't own anything.
Yeah.
We don't have our own brands. We don't have our own, infrastructures. We don't have that generational wealth. And there's so many different factors that go into that, right?
Yeah.
But the number one thing is being organized and having that collective identity, right? Because if we really did our homework and spent the money with the homie up the street versus, going to the Walmart, right? Or going over here. I understand like his stuff is like $1, $2 more, right? Going to the local store. But you're putting that money back into your community, purchasing from local vendors, purchasing from your friends and your family. Like that's who you can start off with. Your homie has a business, bro. Go support him.
Yeah, that's something that I've always listened to growing up, because that's how my pops is, and that's how he kind of raised me. Like you support your family, your loved ones, your homies. Like you support them. Dog. It's like having a circle of a bunch of influential motherfuckers, bro, with wealth and power. Like they don't leave that circle. If I do construction and you're a doctor and you're an electrician or whatever, I don't leave the circle to look for like an electrician, dog. Like I hit you for work. And if you have Halle for me, you hit me for Halle. You're a doctor, we go to him, and like, or we send people to him. However it is, you keep it tight knit. And I think that's kind of like what you're getting at, and is how we should move, really. We need to start supporting each other more than anything. Yes. Speaking of supporting raza and your people, get that Hadar, man.
Tap in.
Stop going to cookies.
Bomb ass flour, some bomb ass disposables, some bomb ass pre rolls. They got it all.
Some fire rosin.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We can hear you.
Hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir. You're on. You're live.
What's going on with it, man?
What's up, brother? How you
You
doing?
were talking about old girl. That girl that you said that bitch that went on a fucking six motherfucking dinners.
Oh
with
yeah,
the same
yeah.
dude or different dude?
I believe it was different dudes. She went on 6 different dates in a week just so that she wouldn't have to pay for
2
lunch.
years.
For 2 years?
How'd
For
you get
2
that
years.
info?
Wait, for what? Damn.
So she went on 6 different dates a week so that she wouldn't have to pay for lunch for 2 years. For food or just lunch?
What the fuck?
Jeff, just
You
for
believe
lunch.
that shit?
Hell no.
Nah,
She's capping.
She capping.
Yeah, I
2
mean,
years.
now that I thought it was just a week.
Yeah.
Damn, 2 years. I don't know.
I believe it. I believe it. Come on. Fools are horny as hell, homie. Come on. All of a sudden, I believe it, fool.
Check it out, though. I'm a black pill type of motherfucker, homie. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trained to fucking notice that shit in a female. That bitch gonna have to give me some head before we even eat. You know what I mean?
Fool, you ain't no Cat Williams, fool. Come on now, pimpin'.
Money
nah,
Mike.
Gil. You're not gonna win this one, brother. You know what I mean? That bitch gonna have to give me some head before we even go eat. These days, she's gonna have to give me some head before we even go eat. I'm not gonna tell her like that, but I'm gonna make it seem in a romantic way, like, baby, we finna fuck before you go to eat. Serio. I'm a serio, big dog.
Shit, fuck it, dog. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? At the end of the day,
I'm a black pill type of man, homie. Hey, those dudes must be red pill type of dudes. You know what I mean? Shout out to American Solo. I'm calling, man. Peace.
I appreciate you tapping in, man. Thank you.
Right.
Not, yeah, but you know, back on what we were talking about, but you know, we were saying how we have to do these things collectively and support each other. Do you think, like, with the population like shifting like that, like, and we know it's coming, we see it, do you think there will be a change? Like, do you think people will start like snapping out of it and, you know, kind of kill that mentality and start to realize that we can, if we really fucking come together,
Facts.
we can do something bigger than what we are now?
Bro, look at entertainment and music. This past year, who was the biggest and most streamed artist in the world?
Fucking
Peso
Peso
Pluma.
Pluma. Bad Bunny.
Latinos, bro.
Fuerza Regida.
Fuerza
All
Regida,
on top
yeah.
of fucking Billboard.
It goes to show
Chino
that
Pacas.
when we're united, we can move mountains. That
Yeah.
nobody thought somebody was gonna dethrone Bad Bunny, bro.
Peso Pluma, crazy.
And
with it.
to it be a Peso Pluma, another Latino, bro. Come on,
Yeah.
Like, we can move mountains, like, as a group collectively, man. So that's just proof positive that we can do it. It's just, do we want to?
Yeah.
And you know, we should be having these real conversations. What do you think, Ronnie?
I think it's gonna happen, bro. I feel like my generation, the one that follows, and the one after that, I think we're gonna be able to find that collective unity to be able to shake and move together. That the older generations haven't because of like toxic masculinity, ego, pride, whatever it may be, right? Being a thug, being this, being that, right? I think for me, it's at the end of the day, it's like, if it makes dollars, it makes sense. And when it comes to building with my community and building with those that look like me, that to me is at the forefront of why I do business on the entrepreneurial side for me, right? It's to build my community and to keep those dollars within us because, like Frank just said, man, it's that spending power, right? That consumer power that we have. We really are a force to be reckoned with, but we're fragmented. And I hope that changes, right? I hope that we can get the education we need. We can have the conversations, have the public discourse where we can agree to disagree, but still move together.
Yeah. No doubt. 100%, man. When y'all think we're going to see a Raza president?
Shit.
Man.
I don't know, dog.
What, the Edgar cut, bro?
Hey,
President of the Edgar's G.
with
Edgar
fucking
and-
socks way up to his fucking
The head of Edgar in charge,
to
bro?
his thigh.
Well, I want to know is when are you guys gonna get down, homie? This fool said he could take you, ¿verdad?
The
Man.
Edgar in
Yeah.
chief.
We got to see that one, Frankie and Ronnie.
Oh, yeah, the
Celebrity
sparring
boxing match,
session.
G.
Oh, been teaching the homie how to box for the last like 8 months. So, you know, he's the young buck. He's been calling me out for like, I'm like, bro, just get your learn how to throw a punch first, G.
Shit, dog.
Sensei? What is
Hey,
it? What is it?
shots
The Karate
fired, my
Kid?
boy.
Shots fired, bro.
Hey, I just like to keep him young, you feel me? And you know, when I see him at the gym, fucking his back's hurting, fool. He can't even stretch, fool. And right now when it's cold, fool, he's like, I gotta warm up, G. I gotta warm up, you know. It's just
It's
like,
true, G. It's true.
hey, man. But I gotta give it to him. You know, he's busted down a couple burpees here and there, you know, so he got my respect.
That's right.
But I've told him, you know, if you're trying to really get in the ring, like, let's hit the rutina one time, and then we're gonna get in the ring, right? So I'll get him nice and tired, you feel me?
To
Just
kill all
run
his
around him.
stamina, G.
Exactly, dog. You know, that's the only way I'm gonna spar this fool now. But real talk, it's been dope. You know, it's healing. Boxing is holistic as fuck, man.
Yeah, I know you guys take the youth out to the boxing gyms too, right? How do they feel about that, like, afterwards when they work out? Like, do they feel like, do you guys feel like you notice something different? Like, they feel maybe like a little better? Because I mean, you would think you go hit the shit out of a punching bag, bro. You feel great after, you know?
Yeah.
There's something cathartic about being able to punch something as hard as you can multiple times until you can't do it anymore. Being able to leave all that frustration, all that anger, everything there, right? And the one thing I noticed about now is about 4 months that we have this program going, and they come in every single week, right? And we talk about the same things that we talk about inside, right? While we're actually boxing. The one thing that I notice is you take a lot of these tough kids, right, that they're tough on the streets, right, and they come into an environment that they know nothing about, and they're like sponges. Like, you would expect that these are like the individuals that pay attention the most. I've coached so many different people in my life, and everybody thinks they know how to fight. Everybody thinks, you know, it's a natural instinct, right? Fight or flight. You can either run or you can fight. But not everybody fights well. And not everybody's supposed to fight well. Not everybody knows how to fight, right? And that's the truth. And you expect these guys because they're tough and they have ankle monitors and all this other crazy nonsense.
Crazy ass dances too when they get there.
Yeah, that's true, bro. Like the hands super high up here, bro. I'm like, bring your hands down, G. Like protect your face, homie. Protect the body, dog. But you would expect them to be, you know, tough guys and be, no, I got this. I can fight out. You know, I've been locked up. I've been this. I've been that. They're the individuals that take the best direction, bro. And to know that they want to soak something up and they just, you know, having people pour into them, I think is telling, to say the least, because life is really like boxing, right? Like a boxing gives you what you put into it. And I've seen a lot of professionals in my life, and the ring doesn't lie. And that's, have you done your work? Have you ran? Have you, you know, your diet, all of that, right?
Your rutina, my
Your
boy.
rutina, like, is everything on par? And, you know, when you step into the ring, like, it's not gonna lie. So what I've noticed about these young men is that, you know, they humble themselves, and they're some of the most energetic, humble, and you know, obedient individuals, I can say, you know, when it comes to at least taking direction.
Yeah. Now shout out to Chewy, Raw Talent Boxing. Shout out to Underground
shout
Grit.
out to them,
you feel
man.
me? They're getting this program together. I think, it's dope, bro. It's just the homies. You know, some of the guys I did time with, you know, we're all home now. Some of the little homies out there in Orange County, man. And for me, it's dope to be able to share that space with them, be able to include them in that space. Because I know it's been very healing for me the last 6 months to just get in there, get some work in, do my rutina, and just like do what I got to do right for myself. But just teaching me about myself, what I'm made out of, right? My discipline, you know, digging deep. And I think it's a great canvas to be able to just further find out really who you are, right? Because like the homie said, that shit does not lie to you, right? You don't put in the work, right? You gonna see it, right? I've been out for like a week sometimes. I go back and I feel rusty as fuck, man. But yeah, it just reaffirms it. There's no way around the work. You gotta do the work, you feel me?
No doubt. I feel you, bro. So before we wrap this up, man, 2024, you know, we're barely a month in. What's something, you know, I'll go with you first, either your work or personal life, man, that you feel like you want to get accomplished this year? I know I'm not big on like putting a limit to like the certain goal, like by the end of the year, but like if there's something you maybe want to start or you finish or, you know, keep working on this year, what would that be?
Man, something that I pray about every single day is this year really working on my patience and understanding.
Okay.
Like, just being patient with my loved ones, with myself, with like everybody, right? Like learning how to slow things down. So just being more patient, having more understanding.
I feel that. I like that, bro. What about you, Ronnie?
Man, just continuing to ground myself, continuing to program, do these burpees, bro, and like really get in the books. You feel me? That's for me. That's what it is. Being selfish with my time, my loved ones, hanging out with my cheeky. You feel me? And just like, and building Who's for Justice, bro. I just got a bag. I'm about to triple that one. You feel me? And just keep it going.
That's right.
I feel that, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for coming through, bro, for real. You know, we hope to have y'all on more episodes. Shit, we could talk forever. I mean, off camera, we always talk forever. We always got something to talk about, but appreciate y'all for real, man. And again, big shout out to Haar for sponsoring this episode. Make sure y'all tap in, man. Good flour, good disposables, good pre-rolls, anything you need. Tap in. This is it right here. And as for myself for this year, man, I'm trying to kill the motherfucking rap game, the music game, whatever it is, and kill this motherfucking podcast game with my boy American Cholo. Shout out to OG, man.
Shout out OG, AC.
Hell yeah.
Shout out AC,
And with
man.
that being said, tap in next week. We got another episode of What's the Word on every Wednesday, baby. Let's go.
Sheesh.